your name and media affiliation each time you ask a question. Is that not? Yeah. Make sure you state your name and media affiliation. If you're joining us on Zoom, please raise your hand.
Give me a different cup, please.
Please raise your hand for questions. We will address all questions in the room first and get to Zoom if time allows. And the recording of press conference on cell phones or cameras is not allowed. We're going to start with questions for the student athletes right up here up front. Only student athletes at first.
Andrew Jones, Tar Heel 24/7. This is for both of you guys. Did you guys sense that maybe you were wearing down about the last 8 minutes of the game?
I did not feel like it. I feel like, especially at this time of the year, like the adrenaline is at level 1,000, so you don't really feel or thinking about that. It's just trying to make a play, just trying to help the team win. I think that's what you're really thinking about. So I feel like in March, it doesn't really matter if you play 40 minutes or 25 minutes. You feel the same way because just the level of energy and adrenaline and the effort you have, it makes no difference.
Yeah, I mean, going off what he said, you get tired during the game. It's simple as that. You get tired, but we've been in that position many times this year, so it wasn't anything new for us.
Quick follow-up. Is there a singular thing or two things that maybe flipped it for you guys? Because it looked like they had more bounce than you did during that stretch. What would you say was the issue there?
I mean, they did a really good job at the end of the game. Just, I think I heard a stat that they made like 15 of their last 19 shots or something like that. So, I mean, obviously they did a really good job. They stretched us out. They were 5 out. They kind of just, we didn't have anybody in the paint because they were able to knock down threes, and they just were able to drive us and kind of get the rim or be physical in the drives, and we weren't as physical as them, so they were able to bump us and get shots that they should not get.
Right here in the middle.
Scott Fowler from the Charlotte Observer. For both guys, what do you think went wrong with your own offense over the past couple of minutes in regulation and overtime?
Well, I mean, overtime, we were getting great looks. Shots just weren't falling, so I think overtime was as simple as that. I think in the second half, we just, slowed down too much, got a little tense, and weren't playing as loose as we were playing the whole game, and, that makes a difference.
Yeah, I feel like they did a good job of packing the paint, and we're just kicking out, and we're obviously 8 for 29 and 3, so we were not able to really hit at the end of the game. So we were settling for those shots because they did a good job of pushing us out. And yeah, I feel like we kind of were getting a little bit slower, and rather than the first half, we were more fluent. And I think that's something we can control.
Got time for a couple more for the student athletes? All right, moving on to only questions for Coach. Coach, questions are available. Questions? Right here.
Andrew Jones, Tar Heel 24/7. Hubert, I'll ask you the same thing I asked them. Did you sense that your team got a little bit tired there?
I did not. I didn't.
Right here.
Dennis Cox, 99 on the Fan in Raleigh. Hubert, why did you go to just a 6-man rotation in the second half?
Because that was my decision.
In the back.
Coach Davis, what is it that you can take from this game, this experience, to help build on going forward in the future?
Not really thinking about that right now, just thinking about, obviously, right in front of me, Seth and Henry, specifically our seniors, Seth and Elijah, just thinking about them right now.
For Scott in the middle.
Coach, what do you think went wrong?
What do you mean?
Just why you couldn't score in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
Well, I mean, to go back, what Seth said, I mean, just because you miss a shot doesn't mean something's wrong. I mean, we had open looks, we had shots at the basket, we had executed plays, and we missed 8 free throws. And sometimes the ball doesn't go in. We also made, in order, and you really want to compliment VCU, their resiliency to in down 19 to keep trying to find a way. I also felt like just the small details, in order for a team to come back, they have to be good enough and resilient enough to do that, and VCU was. But also believe that there were mistakes made that helped them come back. That at times we've done that all year.
Got a question on Zoom. Dan, go ahead.
Dan Tortora, Wake Up Call DT.com. Coach, you were talking about the seniors being on your mind. Just what the leadership has been to you on this team, veteran-wise.
No, it is. I mean, just to have Seth to be able to coach him the last 4 years, I can't, think of a more accomplished player that, and a great kid to be around and to coach, to be at one institution. His devotion to this team, to this program, and to this university should be celebrated for what he's done and the impact that he's made on this program and this team and this university forever. And, the leadership of Elijah being here the last 2 years and his never-ending energy, effort, enthusiasm that he brings to the team, whether it's in the locker room, on the bench, in practice, shoot-arounds, is something that's been a huge benefit to me and to our program.
Right here.
Anthony Pagnotta, Sports Radio, WFNZ in Charlotte. Hubert, the free throws again, as you mentioned, a little bit of an issue tonight. Why do you think that was such an issue for your team throughout the season?
That's a great question. I mean, we work on them, and but you're right, throughout the season, and there have been times where we've gotten away, it didn't hurt us. And tonight was one of the ways that it did hurt us.
Final question, David Hill.
David Hill with ESPN. Hubert, it's obviously 2 straight years of going out in the round of 64, which is not where Carolina expects to be. Do you think that there is something inherently missing, an ingredient, or is it just fluky things that happen in March and it doesn't necessarily speak to anything larger than that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thinking question, and I apologize. I'm just not there right now. Just really sad that we're not continuing to play and to move forward, because I have loved and enjoyed this team. I enjoy and love all of them, but I've just really enjoyed coaching this team, and I really wanted this group and these kids to experience more. And so, but other than that, I'm just thinking about these guys and the rest of the guys that are in the locker room.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations on a great season.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. As always, Hammond Communication will post a recording of this press conference on the NCAA Digital Media Hub at